Go ahead and move this away.
All right. We are live.
We are live. Is this mic on?
It is.
It is on. Hey, everyone. Welcome to Hacks Chat. Again, we're doing two back-to-back streams. The reason, well, I should introduce myself and you. RT Bear here, 35-year comic book veteran working for both Marvel, DC, some characters you might have heard of, Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, X-Men, Fantastic Four. I have a 2-year run on Fantastic Four, Taylor. I never talk about the Fantastic... And Chris Claremont was the writer.
Some people brought it at the show at WonderCon.
Yeah.
This past show, I believe.
Mr. Christopher Claremont. Anybody paying attention knows who that guy is. And with me is the talented Taylor Grasso.
Hello, everyone. It's me. I'll be here reading your chat. Art, am I like your Jimmy Olsen?
You're beyond Jimmy. No, you write the darn book. Like, you know, we got to start telling people what you do around here. It's like, oh, well, she's this. No. She's my partner in Hack Shack Studios. We run this studio together. We have a publishing company. There's things that you guys don't know that we do, haven't seen yet, we haven't told you about, that we're writing and creating on the side. Like I said, she's the co-writer of Black and White. She's working on that. And
a proud co-writer.
Yes. You're the main reason it even is happening this time out.
Aww.
Yeah. You liked the 90s version, so we're like, let's stick with that.
I was just speaking for the fans that had never forgotten about Black and White, many of which showed up at WonderCon. Some people didn't even know there was a new one. They just loved the old one.
There were a lot of people buying back issues, speculating that they were going to go up.
I think they definitely are, and they're very scarce.
Yes.
Even right now.
Yes.
And I don't know how many we even have, if any, available in the campaign.
Issue 1 is, there's very, very few issue 1s in existence. So that is the rare book right there. So, yeah, so we're working on that together. And also, she's an artist. Taylor's an artist. So we can't show you what she's working on, but she's a lot of the layouts, like the old 1994 book, actually the page configuration, the size, the dimensions are different than modern comic books. So, we are putting all the old 1994 black and white books on a new template, which actually is beneficial for us because it's given us more compositional room to write, so to put word balloons, things like that. And the old 1994 RT Bear, I knew how to lay out stuff, I knew how to storytell those things, but I think since I was a newbie writer, I wasn't necessarily leaving enough room for dialogue and word balloons. So with these new layouts, we're able to basically put the balloons in better places, so compositionally and aesthetically it looks a lot better than the old. Because I don't know if you're like me, Taylor, sometimes when you read books and the balloons are all over the place, it becomes kind of like a cluster F.
It's
of
discouraging.
How to read. Yeah, you don't know how to read it, you don't know the order and stuff like that. And so I think there's some more sanity and some more clarity that we're bringing to the new series, and that's a lot of it's to do with the new layouts.
It was a surprise because I didn't realize how different the books were formatted in the 90s until we started formatting this book. And good thing we realized early on that it was going to be different.
Oh! We didn't figure it out that early on. Remember, there were pages fully colored.
That's right. I believe there's like 3 or 4 pages colored, and then we noticed that there was something strange afoot.
Yeah, and so I don't remember how we fixed that problem because we're not really colorists, but we do a lot of color tweaking, color enhancements, and color guides. So there's actually a lot of Hack Shack coloring going on here as well. It's all for the common good, for the betterment of the book, but
we do a bit of everything.
Yeah, jack of all trades. So let me see that page you're working on, because
all right, hopefully, I wish we could. Well, I was gonna say I wish we could show you guys, but we're getting to the point now or if we showed you, there'd be some like major spoilers.
Yeah, and also I don't know how entertaining some of this stuff's gonna be for you guys.
I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. You guys will have to use your imagination.
We're gonna try to keep this one as interesting as possible, but we just finished up a stream with Nasser, and I thought I was gonna be able to work more, and I didn't get to ink my Roboti. So I'm gonna ink the Roboti on this stream, and Taylor's going to work on remastering. Is this page 47?
I believe it's 42. Last
No,
one
it's
was
43.
43. Okay, I will renumber that because the last one we worked on was 37.
I'll double check. Yeah, no, that's going to be perfect.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And in that last Nasser stream, I think we were quite successful. We raised together about, I think it was a little over $1,000 towards Trixie Kane.
Yeah, we actually got Nasser $1,000. $1,000 in under an hour. That was pretty amazing. So, yeah, thanks to all the people that are supporting these books. You guys are wonderful. You're amazing. This community is the best. I don't know how else to say it. And yeah, Nasser was a little happy with that. Remember, I was talking. He just cut me off. He's like, "We just got $1,000." That made my heart sing. That was good.
Yeah, that was a good stream. So go back. Don't leave this one, but go back and watch that for sure.
Yeah. And also, we have a little book, right?
We do. We have a little book called Black and White Remastered, which at this point is less remastered and more just a complete
Redraw?
yeah. it's a revamp of Art's very successful 90s series, reimagined, whole new story, adapting the same concept and the core of the story that you knew and loved in the 90s. And you can check that out at the link in the description. It's the first link, so go check that out.
Yes.
Before we cut to the camera...
Ooh, are we going to do it?
Yeah, let's show.
We've been wanting to do this for a while, you guys.
If you guys haven't seen this yet, I'll play it through. It's a brand new black and white promo.
Who was the brilliant director behind this?
That would be Edwin Boyette.
The great Edwin Boyette?
He's amazing, and he did this black and white promo to help out the book. It's very cool. If you follow Art on social media like Twitter and stuff, you've probably already seen it, but if this is your first time seeing it, you can check out on Edwin Boyette's YouTube channel. Give it a like, give your black and white support.
Yes.
And here's a video that always shows up for some reason when
I'm talking about breaking into the comics.
Yeah.
I needed a haircut there, you guys.
Your hair was long. So there's Black and White Remastered. Make sure to check that out.
Check it out.
So let's cut to the camera now.
Are we drawing now?
What are you working on, Art?
I am working on a robot that eventually Black and White are going to destroy. Or maybe this robot will destroy them. I don't know.
I mean, you'll have to read it to find out.
That is true. So one of the things that we're doing is in the original Black and White. Can you see this?
You can.
We had a lot of Men in Black. I always was fascinated with the Men in Black idea. So all of the bad guys' henchmen were all these Men in Black. It's kind of a cool graphic and it's kind of fun, but we wanted to make this more of a future tense story. This is based on the 90s book, but also there's a couple versions that I've written and concocted in the past 25 years. And one of them was kind of a future tense story where Reed Blackett and MI10 was more of a robotics division of the British Secret Service, and that he was kind of a robot fighter. So he could, what do they call it? He could profile robots. He understood kind of their programming, what they could do, what they couldn't do. And so in a world where robots are working and living side by side with humans, you need a police force or an elite task force, a group that can actually, come in. And this is an international, so he's kind of like James Bond, if James Bond was in the future and a robot fighter, I guess. And so one of the things that Taylor and I were playing with is taking the Men in Black characters that work for our villain here and making them robot henchmen. So they went from Men in Black to basically robots. And so this guy right here is now this guy right here. So it's kind of in blue lines. I'm going to tighten this up a little bit in pencil. Hopefully you can see it. And I'm going to ink it up as well while we're chatting.
So a lot of people don't know that Black and White is a sci-fi story, which it is. And I think one of the coolest things about the stream is that you're watching the book get made before your eyes whenever we do these. But what we kind of realize is recently, a lot of people don't realize that Black and White isn't a super serious toned book.
Yes.
I think there's kind of a misconception that the book is very serious, and that's definitely not the tone we're going for. So when you receive the book, if you're expecting a super serious book, we don't want you to be disappointed. It has its serious moments. There's some high stakes drama and everything, but really the tone is probably closer to more of a Big Trouble Little China type, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, that's what I compare it to. That humor in that movie is a lot broader than our humor, but it's probably the closest thing that we can compare it to that would have the same feel, I guess.
Yeah, Black and White definitely has a tone all its own, but that's probably the closest. It's not quite that off the wall, at least in this issue.
Yeah, and it's way more accountable, I think. There is some stuff that isn't necessarily explained, but man, Big Trouble, if you don't buy that premise, then you're not going to like that movie at all, because they don't really explain why any of that stuff happens or how it happens or anything.
And if you do buy it, you better buy it like early on in the movie.
Yeah, or you're just not going to have a good time.
We just got a super chat from F Google. Thank you, F Google. And he says, I like how you draw lady eyes.
Ooh, thank you. It's all in the eyes.
Lady eyes.
What do I always say? They're the windows to the soul.
Aw, I really need to sneeze, so I'm sorry for everybody that has to hear that.
Mute it!
Durakin says, or compares Reed to Detective Elijah Bailey.
Elijah Bailey.
Who was created by Isaac Asimov.
Ooh.
I don't...
Very cool.
That sounds flattering.
You know what? Durakin knows everything, man. He even knows, like, pulp stuff, like old, like, 30s, 40s, stuff. That guy is a walking encyclopedia of action-adventure.
There's some good stuff from those times. Detective Elijah Bailey, yes. I don't know. It's weird. The story is set, it's kind of, it's hard to pitch something that has the tone of like a Big Trouble Little China type thing these days, because I feel like everything is all or nothing now. I don't know if you agree, Art, but everything seems like it's all comedy or all serious.
Yeah. In the 90s, there used to be quite a blend, and it was matter of fact. It wasn't ironic. Like, a lot of the humor now is ironic. Like, they have to kind of make... It sounds like they're making fun of something. Like, it's a wink and a nod. Like, oh, we're being silly right now. Versus the way it used to be, where it was just kind of matter of fact. It was just there. Either you bought into the world or you didn't. And it's like if you watch Die Hard or Lethal Weapon or any of those, I say those a lot because those were the big movies at the time. And if you watch those, there's some really nutty stuff in those. Like Murtaugh, which one is the Mel Gibson character? He's not Murtaugh, is he? Murtaugh?
Oh, I don't remember his name.
But there's no way he's a detective. Like the stuff that he says and does and the way he acts.
I'm not a cop tonight.
Yeah, well, that was actually one of the cooler aspects. But you know what I mean? Like he was, and the way they got away with it is that he was
Martin Riggs.
That's
yes. Right.
He was kind of suicidal, so the humor was kind of it was there, but it was based on that he had kind of a death wish. You know what I mean? So he would do crazy, nutty things and would act loony because I think he was just trying to affect some kind of change, right?
Yeah.
He just lost his wife. He couldn't really deal with it. And so I think he either wanted to kill himself by jumping off a building or you know, eat a bullet or just be kicked off the squad or, you know, whatever it was. But he had some kind of self-destructive mechanism there. And I think that's kind of how it helps sell that humor. But there's some stuff. Remember when, is it Murtaugh? Oh gosh, was that his name? But you know when he shoots that guy, he goes like.
I remember. All I know is Riggs is the Mel Gibson character. I don't remember the other characters' names.
Well, he shoots that guy, but he shoots him through his badge or through his diplomatic papers.
Oh,
like
yeah.
He goes up and he's like, "You can't do anything, copper. You know, I have diplomatic immunity." And he holds up his diplomatic immunity papers. And then he just shoots him right through the papers right into the forehead. And then he goes, "Diplomatic immunity revoked," or something like that. Has been revoked. And it's like, God, really? Come on, man. He just killed that guy.
Seems like we're on a robot kick today. Draken was talking about the author Isaac Asimov and writer of iRobot, Bicentennial Man, other stuff. Do you have a favorite robot movie, Art? And this goes for the chat too, if you guys have a favorite robot movie.
Yeah, but just to back up, we have a law in black and white, and I don't think it's in the writing, but it's kind of, you know, sometimes you write more, you create more than actually gets in the book, but it was called the Asimov Accords. So those are like a basically governing law of robot treatments. Because remember in iRobot, they had the 3 laws?
Yes.
So we thought we would use that idea, but in this, you know, in this story, he is a writer. You know, like iRobot is a book, it's a fiction, yeah. So then, you know, just like, what was it? One of the space shuttles or something they called, like after the Star Wars or Star Trek, the oh my gosh, what is the ship called now?
Are you talking about
Star Trek?
Oh, the Enterprise?
Enterprise, yeah. You know how like they do stuff like that where they name things after fictional stuff?
Yeah.
And so in our story, they name, you know, after Asimov, you know, that there's these accords, and that's how this world governs and regulates robot activity. So I thought it would be a nice nod to those sci-fi, you know, novels, and basically the guy that, I don't know, created a lot of the robot mythology and ideas.
Yeah, he really did.
So my favorite?
Your favorite. Not genre specific, just a robot-centric movie.
I have a lot of different robot likes. I think my favorite robot story, which people don't kind of realize is a robot story, is Blade Runner. I think that's my favorite robot story. And just as far as aesthetics, those Star Wars characters, man, like 3PO and R2-D2 and stuff, like those are I think my favorite design robots.
It's weird to think how prevalent robots are in media. Like, that specific kind of robot.
And then, yeah, I like iRobot, the movie with Will Smith. And, so, I don't know, how many just robot movies are there?
Well, some people in the chat have some good ones. Pixel Trader says Iron Giant. Solid choice.
Yeah.
And Dr. Wright says RoboCop.
He's an android. Is that an android?
Yeah, he's not really...
He's robotic, yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say a cyborg because he has a...
that's it, mind. Cyborg. Yeah, that's it, cyborg.
RoboCop is definitely up there as far as robot movies. There's been some really bad robot movies.
I like Ex Machina. That's probably my favorite new robot movie.
Yeah, that was a good one. There was one movie that came out around the same time, Ex Machina, that's really good, but the ending just totally jumps the shark. And it would be on my list if not for the ending. And that's the movie Automata with Antonio Banderas. But that end. If anybody's seen that movie, am I the only one that thought that ending was really weird? Draken says Chi from Chobits. I wasn't a fan of. I don't know. Chobits does not hold up to me. And Isla from Plastic Memories. We're talking about robot girls now in particular. Not movies though.
It was Battle Angel, right?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, she counts.
That was really good. I liked that movie. I can't wait for it to come out on Blu-ray.
I want to see it again. For sure. It was very good. Sharknado. He was a cyborg.
There was a cyborg character in that movie?
Well, yeah, his wife... Oh, no, she becomes like a full robot. I forgot about that, Sticky Wicked. His wife in that movie... First she gets her, arm cut off, and she gets, the chainsaw arm. And then she becomes, a full-on robot.
Holy crap.
It's kind of... And then her dad, who's played by Art, you would like this. Her dad, who is played by, oh my god, what's his name? Hasselhoff. He, is he her dad, or is he the main guy's dad? He, turned her into a robot. It's pretty funny. Ghost in the Shell, says Pixel Trader.
I like the comic. I thought the movie was kind of dropping the ball. And I just remembered, it's Glover, Danny Glover, right? It's Donald Glover's dad, who played Murtaugh.
Oh, that's right.
In Lethal Weapon. Yeah.
Good call.
Sorry, guys. I'm bouncing all over.
No, we can always go back to Lethal Weapon.
No. I just remembered his name.
The Major is also a cyborg, says Jirakin. Yes, she's got a human mind.
Yeah, I love... Oh, what is it? Is it the Laughing Man? What is the standalone complex?
Oh, that's my favorite as far as that stuff.
Yeah, as far as... I guess movie adaptations of robot stuff. That is so good.
Law and Order Robot Edition.
Yeah, it really is. It's like a procedural, futuristic... movie. Yeah, it's really, really good.
Did you ever watch, and anybody in the chat, whenever I direct these things at Art, feel free to, chime in. Did you ever watch that show? Oh my gosh. Scare Tactics, the prank show?
No.
It was a prank show where they'd have semi-mean-spirited pranks aimed to scare people
to death.
And then they'd, of course, reveal the person playing the prank would say, "Are you scared?" And the person that was getting pranked, whenever they say yes, they go, "You shouldn't be. You're on Scare Tactics," and reveal it and ruin their lives. There was one where this guy was supposed to be working in some lab where they're making artificial hearts, and there's a robot that gets revealed. It's all a part of the prank. His friends set him up to it, and it's a sexy robot girl. And she kills the doctor guy, and he tries to appeal to her Ex Machina style, no, human beings are good. He really tries. And it's a great episode if anybody can hunt it down. Jirakin says Skynet is the best girl. I guess
they turned Skynet into that guy. I hated that last
Yeah.
Well, who? I don't like that actor either. I don't know his name.
He's the actor.
He played John Connor.
The actor, in the last one, Skynet was played by the guy from Doctor Who. Remember?
Well, wait a minute.
Well, they show him as a kid, and then he turned John Carter into some kind of Terminator, and I guess they combined.
Okay, yeah, but John Connor was kind of he became Skynet or something, right?
I think so.
That movie was so stupid.
That movie's really bad. And they're making another one, but I don't know if it takes place after or not.
You guys, please, we gotta stop supporting those things.
Yeah, I mean, we do. It's been... I know that some people have loyalty to Terminator, but I think it might be time to either give somebody a whole new shot or let it go. I like Technicoma, or Tachikoma, is that what you're saying? I see Technicoma and Ghost in Shell.
Tachikomas, yeah.
Their voices annoyed me.
Taylor hates them.
I don't like them very much. They were okay.
They're a little too cute for you.
Yeah, I hated their voices.
Mr. Bato! Mr. Bato!
When they started singing in Japanese was like the point during my anime phase where I was like, I don't think I actually like anime. Like, I was like, I want to get out of this.
I don't like this anymore.
But I didn't quit for at least another year or two. It took all of my friends getting into the horrible manga Bleach for me to leave.
What's manga Bleach?
It's a manga titled Bleach that's about soul reapers who are
Blood Reapers?
They're basically like Japanese Grim Reapers. Pixel Tracer's tag doesn't like baby metal, huh?
Wait a minute, that's off the wall. Where'd that come from?
I guess because the high voices.
Oh.
I don't know, baby metal's fine.
Well, can anybody really listen to baby metal, like one song right after the other? And if, I don't know, baby metal's kind of like performance art, right?
Yes,
like,
it is.
Like, I can't see you just like sitting in your car, like listening to baby metal.
You're like,
that's
how it is. You're like, can you just listen to that without the novelty visual?
Right, if you can't see those girls just like dancing their asses off and those guys with those masks on, like it really is like it's a live spectacle more than like musically entertaining.
I always thought that about like Hatsune Miku and all of the Vocaloid stuff. Speaking of robots, have you seen those art?
No.
What they are is they're a vocal program. So, like, somebody went in and basically gave a digital voice to, like, all vowels and, like, letters and elongated vowels and stuff. And then it's a program where you write music. And I guess there's, like, they put on concerts, and there are fan songs. Like, you can buy the program and do this. But there's also, like, by the main creator. Forgive me if I'm getting this wrong. Somebody let me know in the chat. But basically, they created a virtual reality pop star named Hatsune Miku.
Wait, I know what this is.
You've seen her at concerts. She has blue hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's a digital singer that has.
It's kind of like the Gorillas kind of thing.
Yeah,
right?
But fully, no human voice at all.
Right.
And I had friends that were really into that, and I understood like the spectacle of watching it, but I could not understand just listening to that music, because when you don't see the visual of her singing and you just hear her voice, all you can hear is how digital it sounds. Because, it's like a digital voice, so there's, like, stacking. Like, the ahs would be like, ah. Like, you can, like, hear it.
Is that... That character can be interactive, too, right? Is that why?
Yeah, I guess she can. And, like I said, there are fans who, like, will get the program and make their own music. And, like, you can have, like, her character model perform it and stuff.
Yeah, there was, a girl that worked here, and she was really into that. That was probably... Is that still big?
It's not as big as it was, but in like 2015-ish, 2013, it was huge.
Yeah.
It's weebs love it. No judgment. Hatsune Miku was cool at the PSO2 concert, which was interesting. The concerts use holographs.
Yeah. Okay, it's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, I could see why the concerts would have an appeal. I think that they're interesting. I remember there was an anime expo where they had a concert that you could go to, and it was like crazy packed because people wanted to see it.
That's what I saw the flyers for. Okay, that's what I thought there was something local here that they did something.
Yeah, that was probably it. It was huge because I remember like I had friends that went to the expo just for that. I don't know if she's as popular anymore. Never Cold says baby metal. I heard a rumor, I might have been in this chat, and Draken might have been the one who said it, that baby metal's been through like multiple members.
Well,
like,
have you seen them?
They switch them out.
They burn those poor kids out, man.
Like they get too old and they can't do it.
Well, man, they're burning some calories.
They get them all hyped up on sugar and send them out there with those skeleton men.
They're constantly moving like crazy. Did you like my impression of them, though?
I think it was spot on. I think
I
like that you even did the part. Pixel Chair says he listens to it when he codes. Well, you can just listen to this when you code.
Yeah, I can just keep doing this for you. I think that deserves a super chat.
I think it does too. If I had one to give, darn it.
Darn it. Did we do... What are our subs at? We were close to 1,600, right?
I think we just rolled over before this... Wait, did we get a super chat? Did I already read this? Oh, yeah. F. Google gives us a super chat.
Yes, thanks, F.
We are at exactly 1,600 subscribers. We got to beat Nasser. He claimed that he was above us. I don't believe it.
He tried to hurt us on our own channel.
He did. What was up with that?
That was hurtful, Nasser.
It hurt my feelings.
My feelings are hurt.
Durakan says, Baby Metal has 3 generations, if I remember correctly.
Oh, come on.
The main
really?
3 girls have moved on to guitar and such. And Never Cold says, that's a good impersonation, Art.
Well, thank you.
Then this stream has done its job.
I didn't think I was going to be able to bring that kind of energy,
It tires you out,
yeah.
huh? Just the impersonation.
Those baby metal girls, man, they're just burning calories.
The only time I ever went to Warped Tour... Did you ever go to Warped Tour, Art?
No, I was way too old for that.
I think everybody's too old for it, because I went when I was like 15, and I think I was too old.
I think you learn... Well, I think everybody needs to do it once, but almost everybody shares the same story, like, I didn't really like it.
I had the worst concert experience of my life there.
Really?
Yes, it was terrible.
Do tell.
Do you really want to hear the tale?
I think everybody needs to hear
I think
this.
I've told you this before, but the first thing that happened is that it was incredibly hot. It was at the Pomona Fairgrounds, and it was probably like... It was like one of the hottest days of the year. If anybody went around, I think it was either 2007 or 2006. It was crazy. It was like over 100 degrees out. So it was super hot.
Yeah, they're always in the middle of summer.
Yes. I brought one water bottle that was like a, like reusable bottle, and all my friends mocked me, and then I went into a porta potty early on, and someone stole the water bottle.
Sons of bitches.
Because no one watched it.
See, that's what it's like. Like, it's survival, right? When you steal a water bottle, you know that it's about survival.
And it was early on. I remember my friends, like, I came out and they were gone. I'm like, my water bottle got stolen. And they're like, well, Jeffree Star came on, so we just left. So I was like, oh, okay. And then during that same concert, the reason I bring it up is there was a really good Japanese all-girl ska band called Oris Ska Band that was there.
Ooh.
And they were pretty cool. But while they were playing, my other friend grabbed me and she's like, we need to go see Angels and Airwaves now because they're here.
I like those guys.
They were really good.
It's the guitar player for Blink-182, right?
Yes. But what she didn't say is that, like, Angels and Airwaves was coming on, and they're pretty, like, they're kind of mellow-ish.
Yeah.
They can be. But there was some kind of weird thrash band that was on before them. So while we were waiting in the back for them to start, this band started, and, like, I had never experienced, like, what a mosh pit really was before.
You were in?
Because, well, I didn't mean to. Like, we were at the very front. And then what happened was I was like, this is cool. And this band started playing, and I didn't think, like, it didn't sound like a band that people would mosh to, but I was literally at the front, and then all of a sudden it's like I got sucked backwards like into the like crowd, and it was, I don't think my feet touched the ground once. Like, it was the weirdest feeling. Like, everybody just like came alive. So I got like sucked back, and I got like through a mosh pit and through the back, and my other friend did too. And then she lost her wallet in the tussle.
Oh my god.
And we literally saw it, and it's like Hot Topic chain goes sailing over us. So she was like, no! But as we were yelling that, there was this like big, like chunky 30-year-old chick, and she grabbed my shirt and ripped my shirt like in the front.
What a bitch.
She was a jerk. I kept seeing her. So then I had like a ripped, like horrifically ripped shirt, so I had to buy a hoodie and only wear that in 100-degree weather. And it was overall a terrible experience.
We used to go to these this place, a local place called Chain Reaction, and I used to take my daughter. It was a underage rock club. You know, they didn't have alcohol and stuff like that, and they got a lot of good bands there. Escape the Fate and Black Veil Brides, and a lot of Get Scared. A lot of the local bands that Amanda liked, and you know, there's signs all over the place, but they're right at the front, and I think they're mostly for parents that drop their kids off. It says, no moshing, no stage diving, no this, that, and the other thing. As soon as the opening band starts and all the parents clear the room, those kids are jumping off those stages. They're like stage diving, they're moshing around and stuff like that. And I told Amanda, I was like, you know, you can do that, but you're small.
You're going to get thrown around.
You're going to get thrashed around. Because I used to, not that I was like, oh, I'm a tough guy, but there was this Orange County, this is Orange County, Taylor. These are not like real punks or anything. And there was like, it was a pretty conservative bar, and I used to go there and just like mosh around. But I just kind of like the whole like tribal aspect of it, you know, and you can shove people, but some people would punch people, and I didn't like that
I'm
part.
pretty sure I got punched in the back.
I saw
like 40 times.
My
like
friend got laid out at a replacement show.
Ooh.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun. So Amanda comes back, and her eyes are like all watery, and her nose is like slightly. It was just like it got popped. So it was red, but I don't think either that or she cleaned it out. Like, you know, sometimes you'll just get a trickle of blood if you get hit hard. And so she just comes back. She goes, "Don't freak out." I go. You know what? You're just gonna have to explain it to your mom.
Draken says, "Mosh pits are not for the elderly, nor for the young."
Why was it? I didn't do it yesterday. Elderly,
nor for the young. Yeah, it's
for the young. So what? I guess just the badass. Like,
I think they're for no one.
They're for no one. Is that what he's saying?
That's what I choose to take from it, because I'll never forget just like the feeling of like, I don't know what's happening. Why am I moving backwards like through that crowd?
Well, I liked it. I don't know. Maybe this is the older way they would do it, where you're like. As a kid, you'd see those Indian tribal, like,
yes!
they dance around the fire. They're like, whoa, yo, 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 yo. You know, like.
That's what it's like.
That's the aspect I liked, man. It's just like, because they would be in a circle, right? And you just, like, dance around in a circle.
That's what it's exactly like. And it's like a weird tribal response to music. That you're just
yeah. And then you just kind of swing your arms wildly. So everybody had their own tribal move. And then sometimes there was the jackass that would just stop, and he'd get beat up.
There was, speaking of no moshing, there was a Wasteland show where this band Attack was playing, and I'll never forget, like, the security there was like, no moshing, and right when they started playing, everybody started. But I just saw my one friend who's like super tiny. She has a bunch of like enamel pins on her outfit.
Oh no.
And like as she's standing there, this gigantic guy just bum rushes her like mosh pit style. And I see all of her pins go flying off like Operation style into the air. It was pretty great.
That's horrible.
She was okay.
She was okay.
Actually, I think she broke her elbow. I kind of forgot about that part.
My God. You know what? Breaking an elbow is really bad. That's not a casual break. Well, any joints, because I've broken like in like middle of the arms and legs and stuff and hands, but breaking a joint is really bad.
It was pretty messed up. We all thought she was like exaggerating, like how bad it was.
Oh my god! You had to leave, right?
Yeah, well, she left with one of my other friends because she was like, "Oh man," she's like, "I think I broke my arm."
She would have known.
And then she was like kind of, she was like very like red-eyed, like she was holding back tears.
Did she really break her arm?
No, she just broke her elbow, but she was like, "I think I broke."
Just her elbow.
Yeah, I guess like it like fractured or cracked or something.
Yeah, I guess you can chip it.
Or a chip, that's what it was.
Yeah.
But she was like, I think I broke my arm. Like, she's fine. She can move her hand and everything. Then she's like, oh no, I really gotta go. And then the next time we saw her.
It really hurts.
Yeah, like, oh, I'm not trying to be a downer, but,
If I stay any longer, I'm gonna cry.
Nevercold says, don't break joints, pack a bowl instead. And Durakin says, bring cats to a mosh pit. You will win.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine flinging like angry cats on people?
That's our thing. Instead of exploding kittens, we do like mosh pit cats.
Mosh cats.
Ooh.
Moshing cats.
You just emerge with scratches all over your face. Legendary Monkey says mosh pits are fun for all. And Famous Person 5 wants to know, what are you guys drawing right now?
This is a robot for page 43. So this bot will take the place of this Man in Black for page 43 of Black and White Remastered.
As you can see, it's much more than a remastering at this stage.
Yes.
And you can get the book you've watched the making of this entire time on Indiegogo. It's still in demand.
We got a couple pledges today, too. Thank you, guys.
Yes, thanks, and don't stop spreading the word. Pixel Trader says, Baby Metal started with 3 girls. Then they added the Kame band. I'm assuming that's the skeleton guys. Then Yue left due to sickness, and the guitarist passed. Oh. Now they added additional side characters, but Moa and Sue are still vocalists. Man, you know the whole backstory.
All right, Durakin, I'm going to do you a favor. Can you find this, Taylor?
What am I looking for?
It's a Japanese band called Loudness.
Loudness. Oh, you know what?
I listened to them the other day because we were talking to them. We were talking about them on a Kiss Corner.
Oh, that's where I've heard that name.
Yeah, they speak English phonetically.
Here we go. Loudness, Crazy Nights.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna switch over right now so you guys can see this, and let's enjoy a bit of the loudness. I've never seen this before.
Oh my god, look at that dude. Alright, Durakin, don't say I never gave you anything. He's like a Japanese, they're like the Japanese Scorpions.
Yeah, they sound like the Scorpions. The singer's voice
He sounds like Klaus Meine. Rock!
He actually has a pretty good voice.
Can you imagine like those baby metal girls like dancing in the background right now?
It's all sped up.
You are the heroes tonight! Listen to this.
They sound like a bunch of salary men.
Hey, hey, hey. Oh my gosh, I had no idea I liked this stuff this much.
This is really good.
Right now this would be like oh my god, this would be like high-end karaoke. Crazy nights. Okay, we're listening to it up to the A, and then we'll cut it.
Yeah.
Oh, we get this solo here. Here we go, the shreddy. There it is.
I'm definitely downloading a bunch of this tonight.
Okay. There you go, Durakin.
Oh my gosh, I've
You
never
can add
seen
that. Add that to your baby metal playlist.
Pixel Trader says this is awesome. Durakin said, are they trying to imitate Rat?
They're probably trying to imitate everything from that timeline.
Yeah, it seemed just like a general metal of that day, rock kind of stuff. Legendary Monkey gave it an A+, and Legendary Monkey says it should be called Black and White Redux, and Pixel Trader says Black and White reimagined at this point.
Yeah, it's completely redone.
That made everyone happy. Some by turning it on, some by turning it off.
I love that all the metal, the chants like, hey, hey, hey.
That's hilarious. Nevercold says, hey guys, I know you're winding the campaign down, but there's no Oodles and Duels and Black and White bundle anymore.
Well, did we sell out?
Unless we sold out, we should have that.
If you want one, we'll right after this stream, we'll put one up because we've been talking about it.
Let me see here.
Also, we've been talking about reissuing Tier A.
Book.
Was it Print Bundle A?
Oodles plus Head Sketch. Did we?
It is
sell out?
It's sold out. If you didn't see it,
let's refresh it. We might have sold out of those.
Just go all the way down to the sold out area.
Let me see.
The ghosted area at the bottom. Yeah.
Okay.
You were there.
Oodles plus edges, blah blah. We had a lot of original art that sold. Print package A, Oodles plus print bundle, Oodles and Black White bundle. They've all been claimed.
Okay, we'll add some. So check back after the stream, and we'll add some there. We're gonna have to take some books away from another one of the.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for the heads up.
Yes.
The reason they were so limited to begin with is because it was such a small run of books that we even had to offer. So we will look into that for sure. That was really cool art. I'm gonna look that up when I home again.
It gets your adrenaline going, right?
It does.
Hey, hey, hey.
Also, like, that kind of rock is kind of like dead now in the modern day. And don't you dare say Greta Van Fleet in the chat.
I don't know. I haven't warmed up to those guys. It's like. It's Led Zeppelin, obviously, but it's kind of like a one-trick Led Zeppelin. Like they switched it up, like with song tempos and different themes, and then Robert Plant didn't sing every one of the songs exactly the same way, and it's like that Greta Van Fleet. That guy's got like one aspect of it down. You know what I mean? So it gets kind of tiring.
It's kind of that one note the singer does extended into an entire album.
Yeah. And I'm not knocking. I mean, if they can bring attention to the dying rock and roll hard rock scene, I'm all for it.
Yeah. We need something new, and the answer isn't cafe music, K-Rock.
Yeah, we have a local station that used to be cutting edge here. They broke a lot of bands, and now they're just playing like cafe rock.
I'm not a big fan of Family Guy, but I did think it was the millennial episode was really accurate, especially because the girl in that episode was wearing like the same kind of shirt that I wear almost every day. Uh-oh. Which is kind of embarrassing. I was like, oh no, I wear that shirt all the time. But the one guy says something like, you want to go see my band? And he's like, it's like 5 guys saying hey and a girl with a ukulele. And that is how all like rock music in California is now. Draken says a lot of the J/K-pop is heavily influenced by Michael Jackson and like nothing past that.
Yeah, and I don't mind that, but it seems like that's all there is.
Yeah.
And the rock, like I'm a rock guy, and so it seems to just be almost like a dying art form right now. And it mostly is, it's weird because rock is alive in the clubs and on tour and stuff, but those poor guys, they're just not able to sell albums. There's no record companies. There's no infrastructure. I heard Gene Simmons talking about it, and he said that's why rock and roll is dying, is because there's just no infrastructure.
Do you still buy like physical albums? And in the chat, let us know if you still buy physical albums, because I still do.
I finally got to the point where, sadly, I'm not. Because there's no place to get them, and unless I'm going to drive all the way to LA to what is that place called? Amoeba,
which I would like to do at some point.
Or Rhino Records out here. There's no place convenient to get them, and so what I've been doing is just you got the commercials and all, but I just been listening to stuff on YouTube.
Yeah, it's the most convenient way, and YouTube knows. As I'm sure all of you guys in the chat know, there's a YouTube music app now that's specifically just YouTube music. And it's pretty much like... What was like, they had Napster. They had a bunch of them that were like free music listening stuff. Pandora. It's pretty much that, but YouTube. It's very convenient. And of course, they're really pushing YouTube Red because you can listen to stuff without ads.
Yeah.
And you can listen to it in the background of things. So if you listen to on YouTube, this is not a commercial, by the way. YouTube, you haven't earned my trust in this way. But when you pay for YouTube Red, you can keep the video playing in the background if you're like on your phone or something. And it basically just becomes like an MP3 app.
It's just the radio.
Yeah.
But it's a radio that you can choose what you want to listen to.
And I don't really know how people get around uploading the music that isn't officially theirs. Because when you look up a song, there's multiple uploads of it. And sometimes it's slightly sped up or down, but most of the time it's exactly the same.
Yeah.
James says, no, I don't even buy MP3s. I just keep a YouTube playlist.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm going as well.
Howface says, and by the way, Howface, I like your avatar. It's Ace Frehley.
Yes.
He says, if you enjoy the 80s rock, LA Guns just released a CD today.
Yeah, I think Eddie Trunk was talking about that, so that's cool, yeah.
I've never heard of them, actually.
LA Guns?
Yeah.
Tracy Guns is the Guns of Guns N' Roses.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So Slash was not a founding member.
I didn't know that
so
Slash
Guns N' Roses was Axl Rose and Tracy Gunn.
Interesting. I never knew that. Draken says, my uncle has a pretty big music collection and follows stuff, so it's way easier. I don't buy digital albums. If I want to listen to music, I pull up Spotify or YouTube or ask my uncle for some stuff.
Yeah, I used to always buy it, but it's just there's no place out here anymore that's convenient for me to buy the music I like. So I kind of like the band Queensryche, so they have a new album out. And I've just been listening to it on YouTube. I feel bad, but what do you do? Like, when it becomes so hard to be honest, you know what I mean? Like, to go out and buy the physical copy, it almost forces you to just go with the flow, right?
It's kind of the way comics are now, too. There's not accessible to everybody.
That's why I think this business model, what we're doing, is good. Because we are bringing it right to the people. Like, they can order it right here.
Yeah, and I think people are starting to do that with bands like Ghost and stuff, too. It is the better way. Direct to the consumer, direct from the artist, so they directly benefit as well.
Well, the shows that we're doing like right now are like us touring, like we're a rock band, and we're touring, and we're getting... This is how we reach the people, and then we have, our album, which is our book.
By the way, if you hear me clicking, you guys, I'm cleaning something up on this page. This business model is the goodest, says Nevercold.
It is the bestest. I agree-ist.
The new LA Guns album, Mr. Hellstrom says, is The Devil You Know is amazing.
So is that the single or is that the album?
I believe that's the album. which sounds interesting.
Do they have a manly chorus?
I'm sure they do. People love that.
Hey.
People love a good manly chorus.
Taylor, you are the hero tonight.
Aw, thanks.
God, if I was single again, sleep with a girl and just go, you know what? You are the hero tonight.
And they're like, me?
And they're like, hey.
Girls love to be the hero.
Who doesn't?
It is true. It is a good feeling. Let's see what you guys are up to. Durakin the Modest. That's the album. Okay. We'll definitely check that out. I need a hero, says Nevercold.
You know what? I'm holding out for a hero.
I don't know how we got from robots to rock bands, but they seem like a good combo.
Tangents, they're the key to life.
They are. Let me see. What are you guys talking about? You guys are talking about old anime now? Oh, old idol anime. Yeah, somebody brought this up, Durakin. What did you say about like K-pop idols and stuff? Have they have like stuff like Baby Metal where they're pretty much like young idols? They have such a short amount of time like in the spotlight.
Well, do you remember Menudo? They were like...
They're pretty much like... They're like the American version of that.
They're Mexican.
Menudo... Oh!
They were from Mexico. And so they were
they
like...
a boy band?
Yeah, they were like a boy band. And I guess they did like Baby Metal where when you get a certain age, they bring in a new member.
Menudo. Because he said... I always forget about this because I'm not well versed about like the idol culture, but I know that it's huge in Korea. It's not as weird as it appears. An idol has something like a 12-year career if they're lucky to get picked up right off the earliest, and they form groups.
Well, what is idol?
They're basically like they're usually music groups. Well, I think they're always music groups, and they're kind of like boy bands, but they're boy or girl bands usually. Sometimes they're solo people, but they're always super young. Think like the Disney kids, where they get picked up super young and like kind of fast track to stardom.
So Idol is the name of the singing group?
No, it's kind of what they're labeled. Like they call them Korean idols.
Oh, okay.
So people like, I don't know any of the Korean idols to name them or anybody to compare them to.
So it's the movement. It's like the title, like rock and roll or pop or...
Yeah, they always call them
hip-hop.
idols.
Okay.
Sometimes it's solo people. Other times it's groups. Usually it's groups. But their careers kind of all go the same. They get picked up really young. They have a stint and then they kind of move on. But they get picked up really, really young in most of those. Ricky Martin was in Menudo, says Halfface. Really?
Yes. Good call.
I didn't know that. Halfface says, if you guys LA Guns shoot for thrills. I'm done with LA Guns for now. Are you guys naming... Is that some song titles? I didn't quite know how to read that. Menudo uses roughly the same thing. Let's see. New Damon Johnson album is also amazing.
Damon Johnson? Who's that?
I don't know who Damon Johnson is.
If there's new music, I'm all about it because I am so bored with all my stuff.
Robots to Rock Bands is a great title, says Durakin.
Oh my gosh, it is a great title.
It's also a great first volume name of something we might be working on.
Rock and roll.
Bots?
Perhaps?
Oh, we talked about them briefly. We played the theme song in one of the streams.
Yes. And what a theme song it is.
It is. It's a good one. There is no good idol anime, says famous 5-person. Oh, he was the guitarist for Alice Cooper, apparently.
Oh, okay. One of the many.
Yeah. Damon Johnson. Interesting. Do you realize how close we are to, sorry to change the subject, guys, but how close we are to the next Avengers movie? The 3-hour Avengers movie that'll be out soon.
Days.
There was a movie we were going to see, Art, that we were going to do a review of. Do you remember what it... Oh, Shazam.
That comes out this weekend, right?
I think so. Are you guys looking forward to Shazam in the chat? There's like a big... It's really strange. There's a really big... Well, I guess it's not that strange, but There's a huge K-pop fan base in America now that I didn't really know existed to the point that it does. Like, they're pretty rampant in their fandom. And there's a really interesting documentary art that you might actually find funny about there's these American guys who tried to become like a K-pop band, like a boy band. And this Korean girl, because they're always like, you know, they're put together by like a producer or something. She put them together as like a social experiment to see if they would be accepted in Korea and get fame. And I forget the documentary's name, but she put them together. And in Korea, they were like, they weren't super popular because there's so many idol groups that they were well received and nobody really had a problem with them. But the American audience was like pissed off about it. And the American audience was like, no, you cannot be a Korean idol and not be Korean. And they were all guys that had grown up in Korea, but they weren't like some of them were half Korean. 2 of them were like white. But like the American audience was super unaccepting and super judgy about it. And was like, no, absolutely not. They are not K-pop. But like the Korean audience didn't care at all about it.
That sounds like America.
And there was just some like, I guess he's a big YouTuber, this big guy from America that's like really into K-pop, and I guess he was one of the more militant people that was like, no, they are not K-pop.
You don't get to be K-pop.
It was very funny to watch something like that.
Who cares that much about anything?
I know.
Like, I don't know who those people are. Like, if you don't like it, then don't support it.
I know, it's really weird. Nevercold says NPCs were not impressed. Idols are basically stars, but they're expected usually to take part in music, acting, voice acting, fun TV shows, and they have subgroups who specialize in the areas, says Durakin.
Okay.
And Mr. Hellstrom says, if you like Thin Lizzy, you will love Black Star Riders.
Ooh, write that down. I do like Thin
Black
Lizzy.
Star Riders. That sounds interesting.
The boys are back.
It's called something that the Howley Wave. The Howley Wave refers it refers to Japanese, Korean, and Chinese groups. There's usually at least one half Korean member in a K-pop group. Sticky Wicked says, anyone else disturbed by the robot schlong? There's no robot schlong in that drawing.
This is a design on the leg. What the hell are you talking about?
Sticky Wicked, you see what you want to see.
Oh, Sticky. I don't know. Do you see a schlong?
No, that's why I'm looking. I don't know what you're talking about.
I want to fix it. It's in pencils, but I don't see it. I see this.
Oh, I guess? I guess so? Okay. Look what you made him do.
I answer to the people. I like the schlong.
Durakin says there's nothing wrong with Robo Schlong.
That's our next book.
House at Bingo. Apparently you got it.
Okay.
I can't unsee it now. It's a Sticky Wicket.
Oh, God, come on.
I thought we were friends.
I know. They're turning on us. Well, they're turning on me.
Watch it transform, says Never Gold.
Watch it grow.
Well, there you go. You changed the design. I hope you're happy.
Well, now all the designs of all the robots has to change. Because they all have schlongs. Except the female ones.
Why do you gotta shame that robot?
He's just proud of what he's got.
He's innocent. He's standing... Well, he's not innocent. He's standing watch.
Well, he's kind of innocent at this point.
I guess.
He hasn't done anything.
Yet. Oh, gosh.
Oh, man. I can't stop looking in that area.
There's nothing wrong with robots being fully functional, says Vossen. Do you remember the rumor? And it turned out to be kind of true. I think they talked about a Mythbusters, of all things, about the quote unquote anatomically correct C-3PO card that was in the Star Wars trading card game.
No.
What had happened, it was real, because there was like a rumor it's like the most rare card. What it was is it was just a misprint. on the foil C-3PO card. And, like, people super over-exaggerated it. Because everybody was looking for, like, a literally anatomically correct C-3PO. As it turned out, it was a normal C-3PO card that just kind of had, like, an extra lump of metallic kind of by its crotch, more on its leg. So, like, it didn't actually exist in the way the Tall Tales had a...
The way the story had it.
Yeah, it was very funny, because everybody was on, like, a mad hunt for this thing, and that's what it turned out to be.
A mad hunt.
Yeah. It was real in the hearts and minds of the people.
In the hearts of the young.
The first rule of robots is that they can't harm humans, except for when they can, says Dragon.
Exactly. These are definitely the illegal types.
Oh, somebody I think found the C-3PO card on eBay.
No, did they?
I'll try to find it. Let me see. I'm going to click the link and see how much it is. Let me see.
Did you ever hear the, I think her name is Allison Davis?
Oh, you know what? It's actually way worse than I thought. This almost looks this looks edited. This is not the one that they originally showed. Because the one on the show was just like a lump. That has like
come
detail.
On. Come on. That is pretty obvious.
It's hilarious.
He looks all innocent, like, what?
It's $100. If this is the original, then I'll eat my words, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't that serious.
But did you ever hear that story that Alice Davis, she's Mark Davis's wife, and she did all the wardrobe for the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, okay.
So she basically clothed robots. And she said the first robots, the guys creating them got a kick out of making them anatomically correct.
I bet they did.
And so she refused to
clothe them?
To clothe them until they fixed it.
Aw, what a waste of resources.
Well, I think she probably would have got blamed for the final. You know, can you imagine Walt Disney's like walking around looking at the robots, and
why didn't you say something?
He's like, "What the hell is this?" Hey, Alice, you need to fix it.
It's not my fault. I didn't make them.
It's just a weird bulge from the fabric.
Alice,
fix this.
Everyone in the chat's going off about this C-3PO.
That's nuts.
Literally.
No, there were no nuts. Just bolts. You know what? 3PO didn't have any nuts.
Apparently there's one that's grated and slabbed, so maybe that is real.
Israel.
I don't know if I'd want that grated and slabbed. Although it is funny. It's a lot of money to spend on something.
For a gag.
Yeah. Do you ever feel that way? Like, about collectibles? It's like, oh, it's silly, but do I want to drop this much money on a joke?
Oh, I feel that all the time. There's stuff I want. Mine's more practical. It's like, I'd like that, but what would I do with it? Like, you just want ownership of it, but then what would you do with it?
Like the Black Beauty?
Exactly. Exactly like the Black Beauty.
Although that was pretty cool. That is the cool factor, but like, where do you store those things?
But it's like, what is that? That's at the whatever museum, the automotive museum. I can't remember what the name is. But that's what ends up that has to happen. They have to go into some kind of museum, auto museums or something like that, because just an average person can't really. What do you do with them?
Yeah, they just end up sitting in sitting in your garage.
Hey, you want to see my Black Beauty? Like, after all your friends, come over for a barbecue and you show them the Black Beauty that you own, then after that, you're just that guy that has that dusty Black Beauty in your garage. That's
why you gotta make an excuse to show like everybody that comes over, and instead you become the creepy person that wants to show everybody.
Right, or you're the obnoxious guy that's like, I already saw the Black Beauty. Are you sure? I just gave it another coat of wax.
And Dad, my friends don't care about this.
I just vacuumed it. Look. Have you seen it in the summer sun?
You just had to take it out to wash it just to show it off to the neighborhood once in a while.
Look what I have.
Dragon says, you described what I feel about Bill and Ted 3. It's a lot of money for a silly thing.
I know, but you know what? I'm gonna go to that damn thing.
I mean, I want Bill and Ted 3, but I'm not really sure it's actually worth it. Ray Thulu says, Art, you need to collect the publishing licenses for Kiss Comics. Dynamite ought to be done with Blood and Stardust in another year.
Well, I have access to one of the artists.
Ooh.
Let's get Kevin out of retirement.
That would be awesome. I tried to read that Blood and Stardust, but it was, I don't know. The artwork was okay, but it didn't pull me in. I must say.
You weren't sucked in?
I wasn't. I was confused. Why were so many people blonde in that world?
To Ace's tractor beam?
The space ace, not the space man.
Oh, did you see that video I sent you? The YouTube on Galaxy's Edge?
Oh no, I haven't watched that yet.
All right, you know that the Knothole Gang, what's his name? Fresh Baked. You know how he's documenting it? This guy has footage that he's been documenting that blows that guy's stuff away.
Really?
Yeah, he literally has a camera that he was filming through knotholes and cracks. There's a line of robots, Taylor, when you go in the one door that's like the entry cave that's over by Big Thunder Railroad. There's like robots right there. And
Ooh.
he videotaped them.
I don't think we've ever seen that, even in concept art or anything.
Yeah, and he has full like breakdowns of where the caves start in the Rebel base area. And
That's
stuff.
pretty cool.
Yeah, there's some cool stuff.
Man, I wonder how long he's been holding on to that.
Yeah, his videos are all like video 1, video 2. I think he's up to like 37 or 40 something videos.
It's going to be very cool to look back on all this stuff, considering the extensive archive that has gone to building this thing. Ray Thulu says, Art, go buy a drone and get us some good spy footage.
I think it's too late now. I should have done that like 6 months ago.
We do it when it opens. Actually,
you just see from the drone like absolutely no movement. The people are just packed together, and you're like, all those colors, aren't they supposed to be moving? Yes, those are people, but they're not. I did find out how the line and all that stuff's going to work, though. I don't know if we should wait till
we have
Waltz Vault, but
I was thinking we could do a Waltz Vault tomorrow or Thursday.
Yeah, maybe we should update then, because I do have a lot of new information.
We have a few cool things we can definitely talk about.
All I have to say on that matter is that a lot of the theories that we've been throwing out for the last couple months, I think we pretty much nailed it, how they're going to do all that.
Really?
Yeah.
Good to know. You guys stay tuned for a Waltz Vault, because apparently we've been on the right track with these things.
In our speculation.
You guys are still talking about Bill and Ted. Draken says, both actors look really tough. And Nevercold says, Keanu looks damn good for a dude his age, though. He does.
Keanu lives the good life.
He does.
He doesn't drink. He doesn't smoke. What does he do?
He must be something inside. Draken says, why has no one made a C-3PO costume as a built-in controller for an R2-D2 robot that is hidden and just walked around messing with people? Because that costume forces your arms to be in this super awkward position where you probably couldn't, like, control much of anything.
That guy talked about, like, those joints cutting into his elbows. Like,
yes!
Like the soft part of your elbow, like this part, the inside, and then, like, behind his knees.
Oh. Yeah, the thing was made pretty rigid. They crammed him into it, too. Like when
they said once they got him in that suit, like even in the desert shoots in the first movie, he stayed in that suit the whole day.
And he's basically screwed into it. Like, they clamp it onto him.
That's why they don't take him out.
He suffered for his art. I still remember. Do you remember when he was on Kevin and Bean?
No.
Bean ruined his plug because what they did is they were about to end the show, and I can't remember if it was Ralph or Cat Corbett, but they had him on there, and he goes, "Thank you, K-Rock," and he said, "And may the force be with you." But right as he started saying, "And may the force be with you," Bean goes, "You're welcome," right over what he's saying.
Oh man.
And ruined the whole take. And then Ralph was like, "You idiot! Like, this ruined a golden moment."
Yeah, re-record that because that is like the sound bite, right?
Yes, like it totally messed it up. Ray Thula says, "You know you're old when you make an Adam Ant reference and when you recognize them."
Oh well, thank you for aiming it back at yourself.
Comic book.
And
Why
you know
Adam
what?
Ant?
I know exactly. I was gonna say I go back even further than that.
Adam Ant isn't that old. Like, I don't know.
I remember when the Beatles were still making music.
Comic Book Bob says, "Art, did you ever work for CrossGen? Mark Alessi passed away, and I was wondering if any of you pros worked with him."
Mark asked me to come and work with them, but basically in the day when they say come work, they weren't kidding. You had to move to Florida. They all worked. Every artist, Taylor, every editor, every writer, they all worked in house.
Wow.
So there was housing, there was a giant studio, and I would have had to move to Florida. I think that's where they were. And I have nothing against Florida, but we had just bought this house, so the timing was not right. So I did not go work there. But that guy seemed like a nice guy. He was willing to pay me whatever it took, and it would have taken a lot.
That's pretty cool.
But I didn't do it, yeah.
Could you see yourself living, like, outside of California? What would be your ideal state or country?
I don't know. I flirt with a lot of different ones. So I think it would have to be a place that had a climate similar to this, but maybe a little cooler. So I don't know. How about you?
Nevada, I think, is a real possibility. Wouldn't be bad.
It's hot.
It is, but it's cheap.
That's why.
And I like the desert.
If you want hot, just go Arizona. Just go full
Ew, that's
Arizona.
too much. That's a step too far for me. Arizona is very cool, and I have a lot of friends there, but the weather, I think, is really extreme, as is Texas, although I've heard very good things about Texas, and I would like to visit Texas.
Yeah, there's a northern and a southern side.
It's massive.
Yeah. I guess a western side? West, east, south? I don't know.
Oh gosh, I'm bad with that kind of.
Yeah.
Never Cold says Hawaii.
Oh yeah, if you could afford Hawaii, yeah. Jeez. Let's dream on, shall we?
I'm in the minority of really liking like desert places and not really being into tropical.
Well, if you like desert, then you like California.
Yeah.
Like, you're already here.
California, but it's so expensive.
Go out and live at the desert.
I know.
California has a desert.
I would if I could. Henderson, Nevada is a great place to live, says Famous Person 5. And Ray says Arizona is less human than Nevada. The heat is more tolerable.
Okay.
I don't know.
People die because of the heat. I don't want to live anywhere where people are dying from the weather. Like in like Minnesota, these places that snows crazy, there's people that die. And then in the winter, and then there's people that die in the heat. And then they try to qualify it. It's like, they're only old people or young kids.
Yes, still, it's harsh to kill a living person.
I don't know. They're dying in their cars.
Oh.
I don't want that.
Let's see. Although Hawaii has a threat of exploding at any time, says Durakin.
Oh, because of the volcanoes and stuff.
Yeah, that doesn't appeal to my neuroses.
Oh, come on.
I used to own land between Heber and Winslow. Loved it, says Ray Thulu. Heber and Winslow sounds like a good cop drama.
It's like the two cops.
Winslow. I like Michigan. We have water. It's polluted, but still, says Durakin.
Oh, you can live cheap there. I remember talking to, gosh, what was his name? The guy that did The Crow, James O'Barr. And he was like, yeah, man, you know, it's great living there. And I go, why would anybody want to live there? Because, I mean, I think he was raised there and everything. He goes, it's cheap, man.
Yeah. That's funny. I think, I don't know, California's... I don't know that it's the most expensive, but it sure feels like it. It's safe here in Oahu. No active volcanoes, says Never Cold. There's a lot of Comicsgate people that live in Hawaii, I noticed.
There's a lot of Comicsgate people, period.
There is. We met a few of them at WonderCon. It was very cool.
A few thousand.
A few... I was going to say million, but that might be pushing it.
I don't think they had 1 million people there.
The sound of WonderCon can hold 1 million.
Not yet.
Let's see. I used to own Lamborghini Herbert Winslow. Lived in Tucson for 9 years. Everybody's spread out around the U.S., it seems like.
And Canada.
And Canada.
Oh, Canada.
Never Cold says, Hawaii CGers are the best CGers.
I want to draw his unit back. I want to draw it right
Don't let
here.
them dictate to you.
But I like dictating.
You put the thing where it belongs.
Put that thing back where it came from, so help me.
That was a movie everybody kind of forgot about.
Is that Monsters Inc.?
Yeah. Have you ever seen the sequel?
Nope, never wanted to.
Likewise. I refuse to go further west. My luck, the movement I go too far west, a super volcano will blow, says Durakin. I often have stress nightmares that the Yosemite stuff goes up in smoke.
Wow.
Here's hoping that doesn't happen in our lifetime.
None of that stuff even concerns me.
Welcome to the wacky world of anxiety. Degeneracy, says Never Cold.
For what?
About the robot.
Oh, bring it back. He does have a big gun right here.
Guys don't have to shame him.
He is as he was made.
He
is as his maker made him.
I was, well, I don't know if we want to reveal that. I don't want to get into spoiler territory. Let me see what you guys are all talking about here. Bot nipples are better than bat nipples, says Bob.
He doesn't have bot nipples. He barely has a bot chest. I hate you guys. If I stay on much longer, I'm just going to be a neurotic mess.
I think he looks cool.
I'm going to be second guessing every move.
I think he looks neato.
Neato Bandito.
He looks cooler than the Robot Man in the new DC show.
This is why I never share with you guys.
They're laughing at you. Or are they laughing with you?
I don't care.
I say with.
At this point, I don't care. What's the difference?
Comic Book Bob says, thank you. I'll be here all week.
Badoom, psh, tip your waitress. Strip your waitress.
Whoa.
I know, it's wrong. Don't do that.
So, Art, are you ready to sit down for 3 hours for the new Avengers movie?
I don't know. I thought the last one was a little long.
The last one, I don't know. I didn't really notice the time going by until, it finally ended. It was riveting enough. It's on Netflix now, by the way.
So don't pay for it.
Yeah.
I guess Netflix, you have to pay for that.
I mean, you're still paying for it. You can catch up on your Marvel stuff before the newest one comes out. And then you can sit down for 3 hours.
For a 3-hour tour.
Let's see. It's all right, Art. We love you, even if we're too cheap to super chat, says James.
I love you guys too. I don't ever feel the need, but please do.
I mean, it helps. Comic Book Bob says, as bad as Robot Man looks, that show is actually pretty good. That show actually does look good.
You know that? Oh gosh, I hate to say it, but it really does look good.
I was kind of joking. I mean, I do think this design is cooler, but the show does look good.
You know what's more offensive is that cyborg design.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that cyborg design looks like a bad cosplay. It's too raised, I think.
It looks like a prosthetic. It doesn't even slightly fool you. It just looks like it's glued onto his face.
Yeah. There's also apparently a new Avengers Endgame trailer that I have not seen yet. Have you seen it, Art?
No.
Apparently, I was just looking up some nerd news, and it says that it shows a long awaited reunion. So I guess you get to see Iron Man and what the heck is this? In the latest trailer of Marvel's Avengers Endgame, we get the Avengers reunion we've been waiting for. Iron Man and Captain America finally come face to face again in an effort to undo all the chaos. So I guess you get to see Tony and Cap together again. Which, I don't know. We kind of already... They show everybody together, I guess, in the new trailer.
Well, why are they showing that in the trailer?
It kind of kills the momentum of where the last movie left off, if you ask me. But
well, I guess they still can have him hand him the shield, because Tony, we assume, has the shield, right?
I guess so, because he didn't he take it?
He left it there. He said, "That's my father's shield," or "My father made that." That's right. By the way, that was a really badass moment. I liked that. I thought, it was weirdly felt like, did they have that figured out from the beginning? You know what I mean? Was that moment there built in? Because they made his dad specifically, he built that shield.
Yeah.
So it felt so organic when Tony says, "My father made that. That's not yours." And then Steve just leaves it there.
It's pretty impactful. It's still one of the best Marvel movies, I think, to come out.
Civil War?
Yeah. It might be my favorite. I don't know. I like The Winter Soldier. How do you think it stands up with The Winter Soldier?
I think The Winter Soldier works better as a 2-hour movie adventure, beginning, middle, end. But Civil War, I think you really have to have watched a lot of those other movies to get, what's happening in Civil War. So for me, I really like Civil War because I've obviously seen all the movies. So it worked. So I think for me, as far as just a movie that I don't have to bring a lot of baggage to, I like Winter Soldier.
I can agree with that.
But as far as an epic superhero movie, I really liked Civil War.
Well, if you'd like to see the new trailer, I have it queued up.
Well, this is unexpected. I'm going to have to put this down and enjoy...
I have not seen it yet, so if it's bad, you...
Let me get my glasses. Oh, remind me, we have to show off the prints again. My wife got the proofs for...
That's right.
The Oodles of Doodles prints.
Let me make sure that the screen has carried over as I'm watching 2 monitors right now. So this was the article I was talking about, and this will be the first look where I guess they reveal things. Let's have a peek. Let's expand this a little bit.
If we do this, we'd be going in short-handed.
Yeah, you mean because he killed all our friends? We owe this.
Yeah, Thor almost killed him single-handedly in the first movie.
It's not about how much we lost. It's about how much
I guess he sees Pepper again. Pepper's alive.
Where's the Avengers? We gotta finish this. You trust me? I do. with your own failure.
Who was the guy in the picture with
It was Peter.
Oh.
Bring you
Cap gets his shield
He
back.
has his
to
shield.
me.
Oh, that
that's
shot!
cool.
That's a Frank Miller. That's a David Mazzucchelli shot with the three of them. The back shot there. Oh, we gotta see this again.
That was pretty cool.
Holy shit! They're gonna make $1 billion.
Pretty cool.
I was not expecting this right now.
We'll turn down the music.
Yeah, just replay it. Or is it? Oh, they usually have a little thing at the end.
So,
Oh no, they don't.
what do you think?
Play it again. I'll tell you exactly what I think.
If we do this, we'd be going in.
I think Mark Ruffalo's a terrible voice.
Because he killed all our friends.
We owe this to everyone who's not in this room to try.
It's like he's slimming down a little bit.
He looks skinnier. Shaved his beard. Aw.
It's about how much we have left.
I don't give a crap about that.
Where's the
That
Avengers?
sleeve looks really tacky.
We gotta finish this.
So she's driving
I do.
the ship, right? Miss or Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
You could not
Aw.
live with your own failure.
I'm actually getting hyped about
Wait,
this.
we gotta pause some of this stuff. What is that ship?
Isn't that the... That's Thanos' ship.
Where did that bring you?
I thought he was on a planet. Thanos has a. Oh, okay.
Yeah, remember at the beginning?
Okay.
It shows up and decimates the Asgardians.
Right. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, look, he's got tactical... he's got digital camo on like it even matters.
Well, he might be able to like change or like go stealth or something, where he can blend in.
I don't know. That's definitely standard digital camo, which I guess is cool to give it a
Oh, is
military
it?
look.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Where did that bring?
Oh my gosh, he is Thor. Jeez, look at that man.
You.
He's got that perfect break. Okay, this is what I strive for. Look at the nose. That's the nose shape I always strive for.
Bring you.
There he is.
I think our stream just
Crashed.
it didn't crash, but it's stuck frozen right now.
Okay, I'll stay on this image then.
Well, we're like way back, so we might have to get out of this.
Okay. So they're not seeing any of this?
No, we're frozen
Oh
right now.
man.
But you guys saw the trailer. Let us know what you thought. I'm going to switch over back to the scene to see if we can
Reclaim.
reclaim on here. All right, it looks like we're good. I'm going to double check. So what did you think?
What did I think? I thought it looked amazing. I wanted to see it again.
Yeah, that was not a bad little spoilery, but it was not a bad teaser. And I guess this is going to be the final trailer before the movie itself comes out.
Well, the thing is, there's a couple story points that I didn't think they were going to reveal, which makes me think that they're actually going to give us cooler story points, is because I thought what was going to happen at the end would be Pepper and Tony getting together. Like, that would be the end of the movie, that they would get married. So, I'm actually thinking some horrible thoughts about Tony.
James says some of the bandwidth, yeah.
I'm thinking Tony doesn't make it.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Because I don't know why they would be showing all that stuff with Pepper if he makes it.
Ooh, you're right.
So what I think they're doing, and this is just me making stuff up, but, usually, because I heard that the Russos, I think they said they had done this with the previous Avengers game, where they threw out some misinformation to make it seem one way. So the only thing I can think of, the reason they're showing all of this Tony stuff is because maybe he doesn't make it.
You know what? I think you're onto something with that.
Because it seems like, why would you show him a reunion with Pepper? Or why would you show Cap with the shield and then making up when that seems like it would be the big payoff?
Yeah, it seems like it would definitely be like an ending beat.
Right. That would be the end. However, unless you were going to use something else.
Famous Person 5 real quick wants to know what nib you are using.
This is a Hunt 102.
I think, let me read some of the chat, see what you guys thought about it. Brie ruins the trailer, says Ghost of Henry.
I don't think she ruined it.
No, I think it was a pretty good
She ruined
trailer.
the previous one, but she didn't ruin this one.
Ray Thula says, man, even blue and bald Karen Gillian is a serious cutie. She is. She had a lot of moments in that trailer, actually.
Yeah, I have a pop of her. I guess I think she's a cutie too.
She definitely is. Those big, sympathetic, sad eyes.
The dead eyes.
No, they're not. They're like a bird's eyes. They look sad and wet all the time. Because they're big and dark.
Sad and wet.
They are. They're like all reflective looking.
You know, you have sad and wet eyes.
Like, if you've ever seen like an eagle from the front or like a hawk from the front, they always look sad and concerned. They look cool from the side, but when you look at them from the front, they have like
oh my God.
very concerned looking eyes.
I've never heard anything like this before.
It's true. I have to show you.
I'm gonna turn the chat on you. Have you ever heard such nuttiness?
Look up a hawk from the front view. They look very concerned all the time.
They look more badass to me than concerned.
No, they look badass from the front.
They look like they're sharp.
Yeah.
Like they're very, very intelligent animals.
But not from the front.
Wait a minute, are there front shots here?
They're kind of turned a little bit. I'm trying to find one dead on from the front.
You know why you're not going to be able to find one?
No, it's true.
Because you're not right.
I'm trying to look up something that has something really weird coming up.
I'm trying to focus here, Taylor.
Sorry. I got excited about the new Avengers teaser.
That's my power play always. I'm trying to focus. Oh, okay.
Actually, this one looks very sad.
Oh my gosh. Wait, I gotta put my pen down. If you make me stop and it doesn't look sad. It doesn't look sad.
They do look sad.
They look sharp. They look like they're focused.
I don't know.
That guy
about
looks
that.
a little tired, maybe.
They look sad.
That looks sad to you?
Yes. There's also one particular type that looks really sad, but I can't remember what kind it is. It might have been a peregrine falcon. Because they have like the big black eyes.
The soulless eyes?
Yes.
Man, we saw a vulture in the front yard this morning.
Yeah,
That's
these are the
crazy.
ones I'm talking about because they got the black eyes.
Oh, the black eyes.
But
Look at how smart that one looks, though, man.
it looks sad.
Well, maybe. That one looks sad.
See, they do look sad. I'm gonna show you guys one of these in Photoshop.
That one does look sad.
There's even like a meme talking about how they look concerned.
Oh my gosh, even that profile right there.
They have sad.
Oh, that
shaped
thing looks
eyes.
like it's gonna cry.
See, that's what she looks like to me.
Alright, I owe you an apology.
I gotta put one in Photoshop.
No, we are not bringing this into... Oh. You're gonna make the YouTube whatever that icon.
All right, you guys,
the Falcon.
look up on your I don't know tag, says Sierra Whiskey, and then he says, "Oh, I googled sad eagle, and it's the first image." Yeah, if you guys have any time, look up like a sad peregrine falcon, and it looks just like her.
Sad eagle. Oh my!
They do look very
Oh
sad.
my god! Oh shit!
Yeah, they totally have sad looking.
Wait, go to that one where he's all dejected in the water. Wait, scroll up.
This
It's
one.
that one. He's looking at himself.
Aww.
He's pondering his own life right there.
Yeah, they have very, very sad
That one's
faces.
crying, that little cartoon.
But yeah,
That does look sad.
I told you guys.
You were right. Doggone it.
Ghost of Henry says Karen Gillian, aka Amy Pond, has beautiful eyes.
Even when they're blackened out.
And Durakan says, the vulture is sad you're not dead because it can't feed its bird children. Aww.
Oh, it ate a rabbit.
Oh yeah, this morning.
Yeah, it had food.
There was a giant vulture.
Those things are huge.
So yeah, whenever you see her sad nebula eyes, just think of a
Sad
peregrine
eagle.
falcon, because that's what she looks like.
Oh my gosh. You never sleep. You're just constantly looking up stuff like this, right?
Yeah, it's true. Share your screen, says Ghost of Henry. No, the moment's passed. You have to look it up on your own time. You'll enjoy it. Show the family. So that was the big nerd news as of late. So,
Well, that's news I didn't even know existed, so that was cool.
well, I think you're right about the Art said it here first that this might be Tony's out, actually. It makes a whole lot of sense, because at first I thought it was really weird that they would reveal such a thing, but in the context now, it makes sense. By the way, did you hear that the in other news, the Fortnite dance lawsuit has been dismissed?
What's the Fortnite dance contest?
In the game Fortnite, characters can do like a little animated dance, but apparently the dances were like stolen animation from I forget who, let me see. In the most not surprising news of the day, we've learned the following new ruling has been dismissed. All copyright infringement suits against Fortnite has been dismissed because they claim that they were infringed dances from various rappers and viral sensations.
So you can't animate a dance? How do you copyright a dance?
Yeah, it brought this whole thing into question because you kind of can't. There's not really a way to do it. So, those have all been dismissed. And of course, the old news is that The Punisher on Netflix has been officially canceled, but we already kind of knew that.
I think Disney and Marvel's pulling all that stuff, right?
They are in preparations for the new streaming service. Sarah Whiskey says, I never knew how sad Eagle's eyes were until today. Thanks, Tag.
You just educated the crowd.
The sad eagle eyes. I think of that every time I see her.
I can't stop thinking of Sam the Eagle from Muppets, though.
Oh, he was cool.
He was not sad, though.
No, he was proud and strong.
He's kind of militant.
Yeah. I mean, even in the best Muppet movie, The Muppets Christmas Carol, he was the strict teacher.
I don't like you when you bring that show up.
I know. You don't like the butchering of Christmas Carol.
I'm a Christmas Carol purist.
But have you watched it?
I will never watch it.
But whenever you
No.
feel love, it feels like
No.
Christmas.
No.
It's,
Next thing you know, you're going to be saying Scrooged is high art.
well, it's not high art, but I did enjoy it.
I hate you.
But the best Muppet movie is actually Muppet Treasure Island. And it's the best version of Treasure Island ever told.
Have you seen other Treasure Islands?
I've seen Treasure Planet,
Well, that doesn't count.
which was eh. And I've seen like a TV produced Treasure Island movie. But that's about it. I don't know if it's as prolifically remade as A Christmas Carol is.
How long have we been going?
We've been going for quite a long time. Would you like to call it?
Well, we didn't get our prints. We got to show that Pamela got the proofs in for the Oodles print set. After
That's
I
right.
dropped them all over the place.
If you were here for the NASA stream, you probably saw a little bit of them, but Google Hangouts doesn't give you the best video quality, so this is probably more of a true preview.
Yes, and we got to return these proofs to the printer, but I will show them to you. before we do. So Pamela just got these back. We're not getting true color through the camera.
Yeah.
But actually that looks a little better than it did earlier.
They're much smoother in person. There's some kind of weird detail stacking going on in the camera, but it looks pretty beautiful. It's more beautiful in person.
Yeah, these are amazing looking. They came out so good. I'm so proud of the printing on these. So we have this one, and we have Cable.
And there are still a few print packages available on the campaign with the Oodles book.
And I think what we'll do after this is somebody wanted one of the black and white print, right? With the black and white and Oodles book?
Yeah, they wanted the bundle with the black and white and the Oodles book, and we will be sure to list some of those up now that they have sold out. Ooh, Pamela just brought in something. It looks very delicious.
They're mini Boston cream pies.
Ooh.
I'll show those off after I show the prints off. So this is Wolverine, Batgirl, and so we have enough of these. We're having 10 more sets of, was it A? Tier A?
I believe it's A, yes.
For the print tier and the Oodles book. So this is all of them, like the A and B tier. So we're going to add a new, like 10 more to the A tier. What was the A tier? What prints were those?
Let me see.
Was it Batgirl, Red Sonja, and Cable?
Print bundle B was Batgirl, Poison Ivy, and Red Sonja, but print bundle A, which has been sold out for some time, was Cable, Black Widow, and Wolverine.
Okay. So the one we are going to reinstate
is that one.
Is this one here.
So you can get all of those with your Oodles of Doodles book.
Pick a card, any card. Yeah. So these we are going to bring back. And this is the book right here.
There's Oodles.
Yeah. So we're going to maybe 5. I don't know how many we'll do. But we're going to bring back the tier where you can get the Oodles book and the black and white book. And then we're going to reinstate print tier A.
Yes.
So here's a little preview.
52-page, large-size hardcover art book.
And we did show this page off, I think, on the Nasser.
And this is the latest one.
So any more than this requires a super chat.
Yeah, if you send any super chats, we'll keep moving through the book. Each super chat will get you a preview of a page.
Yes. We have a foreword on the dust cover by Kevin Nolan. And this is the cover here.
See that shininess? That's the Spot UV.
Yeah.
It's a very nice collector's quality book.
This thing is high-end. Quality.
And you can get yours in the first link in the description. On the Black and White In-Demand store, there's a couple Oodles tiers left.
Yes, and you guys, if you have any friends that like this content, I think we're close to 1,600 subs on the YouTube channel. So if you could get the word out, we'd appreciate that.
Definitely spread the word, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications so you always know when we go
Wait, bring it
live.
bring back the camera.
Ooh, pretty.
Once the show's done, this is what we're going to be eating. Thanks to my wife. These are all homemade, too. She's amazing.
They're pretty.
They're going to taste delicious.
So that's it for us. Be sure to like this video. It helps the channel. And be sure to check out Oodles Will Do Us and other stuff too. And Black and White Remastered on In Demand. And the Oodles books are ready to ship if ordered. And if you order them with a Oodles, with a Black and White book, they'll ship together. And that book is going to be available until we go to printing. And we'll keep you posted on that for sure.
Yeah, and just an update on the prints. We should get them back in a week, maybe sooner. And as soon as those prints come back, we just okayed the proofs, as you just saw. Then we'll be shipping off the print bundles with the Oodles book as well. So thanks for your patience, guys. Thanks for picking up a book. And if you like this kind of content, Spread the word.
See you later.
Have a good